Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Dallas Cowboys bold predictions for Week 14 Monday Night Football vs. Bengals. While the Dallas Cowboys contemplate the potential retirement of star lineman Zach Martin, Dak Prescott pines away over the possible loss of Mike McCarthy as the team's head coach. With the Dallas Cowboys Week 14 game scheduled against the Cincinnati Bengals, neither team harbors strong playoff hopes. Ahead of the Cowboys-Bengals game, we'll be making our Cowboys Week 14 predictions. Dallas enters on a 2-game winning streak, the second time this year they've pulled it off. But overall their record is 5-7, and injuries, including season-enders for Martin and Prescott, have hurt the team. The Bengals bring a disappointing mark of 4-8 into the Monday night adventure. The game didn't get flexed back to Sunday because of the Simpsons animation. Surely, somewhere, Roger Goodell is smiling and counting money. Cooper Rush will throw a pair of TD passes. Let's get this out there. Throwing a pair of touchdown passes against the Bengals defense isn't incredible. But this is bold predictions, and it's hard to imagine Rush finding the end zone through air 3 times. But Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy has noticed the improvements of Rush, according to athlonsports.com. As the number 1 guy, you're getting all the reps, McCarthy said. It's no different for anybody, I just think he's getting into more of a rhythm with everybody, and in that particular case, having Brandon back. That was an assertive, accurate decision that he made. I think it'll continue to grow, too. Offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer got in the mix as well, according to DallasCowboys.com. He said Rush is getting more comfortable with his receivers. I think you'd be remiss if you said no, Schottenheimer said when asked if the confidence level in Rush grows week to week. The more you're around the guy when he's playing, and even me on the sidelines talking to him during the week, but it's not just us, it's the players, it's the guys you're throwing to. It's not just us knowing Cooper. I do think now Cooper is more comfortable, consistently saying, hey, I like this, hey, I don't really like that. I'm not as comfortable with this. There are certain things that maybe Rush likes differently than Dak likes, and so that moves up or that moves back based on those conversations. The more we go, the more comfortable I would say he is of speaking his mind. Bengals unlikely to offer defensive resistance. So Rush's groove should extend to plenty of success against the Bengals. The more these guys play together, the more these guys have those communications and conversations like Brandon and Cooper had leading up to the third down play during a random Tuesday practice. That's the key, Schottenheimer said. Those conversations are invaluable, that you're on the same page, because the timing in the windows is very tight, but it was well deserved for Brandon, and it was cool to see. CeeDee Lamb will catch a pair of TD passes. Ah, now you see. Rush's strong outing will lean on the play of Lamb. Coming off a 2-catch performance against the Giants, Lamb should explode against the cover-poor Bengals secondary. It's even possible he will soar for a long touchdown reception. And don't worry about the injury reports. Lamb said he's okay, according to DallasCowboys.com. Still have the shoulder injury, which I've been dealing with for 4 or 5 weeks, Lamb said. As far as Monday goes, I'll be fine. I have my range of motion and I have my strength back. Lamb also climbed on board the Keep McCarthy train, according to CBSSports.com. He's a player's coach, Cowboys All-Pro CeeDee Lamb said of McCarthy on Tuesday. We all love him, everything that he does for the team, and as far as leading us, just having the confidence and everything that he's willing to put on a lot for us, we love every bit of it. So as for Jerry and all those situations, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Don't try to put me in it, but I love Mike, that's for sure. DeMarvion Overshown will get 1.5 sacks. The talented linebacker seems to be putting together an impressive season in 2024. And he will continue by harassing Joe Burrow on several plays. Cowboys defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer beamed about the ability of Overshown, according to DallasCowboys.com. "He's a guy with a lot of speed, physicality, tackles well," Zimmer said. "I feel like he continues to get better and better, and the more ways that we can use him the better it is. When he first came back, we were trying to get him settled in with one personnel group. He's proven that he's one of the better players that we have. We're trying to use him in as many ways as we can. He's got a unique asset of strength and speed and power." Arch Manning to replace Cowboys' Dak Prescott? Legendary Grandpa hopes so. The timing, really, just might work out. Whether the rest of the factors involved could work out, too, though, is another question. But when legendary quarterback Archie Manning, who himself fathered two NFL stars at the position, Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, was asked where he'd like to see his star grandson, Arch Manning, play in the NFL, he did not hesitate: the Cowboys. In a video posted on TikTok, Manning was at a restaurant and was approached and asked about Arch's future. Manning himself starred for Ole Miss for 3 seasons before joining the Saints as the number 2 pick in the 1971 NFL Draft. Manning was a 2-time Pro Bowler for the Sad Sack Saints, who were arguably the worst franchise of the 1970s. He went on to play for the Vikings and Oilers. "I hope he'll play 3 years at Texas. I hope he'll play 3 more years," Archie Manning said. "It's funny, nobody has ever asked me that. Right off the bat, if somebody asks me, I'd say the Cowboys." Cowboys and Arch Manning, timing is there. Arch Manning was the top prospect at quarterback last year and chose to go to Texas, though he has been limited in playing time in 2 seasons behind starter Quinn Ewers. Though he made 2 appearances in 2023, Manning is still a freshman and threw for 939 yards with 9 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in 7 games this year. If Manning plays 3 more years at Texas, it's not crazy to think he could wind up with the Cowboys thereafter. He'd be the starter for the Longhorns for 2025, 2026 and 2027, then would be eligible for the 2028 NFL Draft. It just so happens that the Cowboys have a quarterback, and the most expensive quarterback in the business, Dak Prescott, who signed a 4-year, $240 million extension this offseason. That would keep him in place through the 2028 season, though the Cowboys have an out before that year. Give your opinion in the comments and subscribe to the channel. See you in next video.